the new manager, I think, will literally love Denison once they get here and get to know the people and get to see who we are and what we do and how well we work together, whether it's the Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary Club. There's so many unusual and neat things that we do as a community that it's just going to take some time for somebody to figure out. We are a very strong community. I think you'll find that we are like-minded in that we want to do the very best we can in whatever we do. And we want that of our new city manager as well.
Hello and welcome to The Clear Voice, brought to you by Clear Career Professionals. I'm your host, James Groom. Today we're talking about the city manager opportunity in Denison, Texas, a growing North Texas community with a historic downtown, access to Lake Texoma, major development momentum, and a city council looking for the right professional leader to help guide Denison's next chapter. With us is a recruiter for this opportunity and Clear's president, Michael Boese. Michael, welcome back to the show, and thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me on again, James. It's great to talk about Denison and this recruitment. In the recruitment world, sometimes you get the opportunity to work with a community that you just kind of fall in love with from the beginning. I was very familiar with Denison living up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but when you spend time in the community with the people that live there, when you walk around Main Street and the historic downtown, meeting with the excellent staff and team that they've put together, and then having the chance to work with the mayor and council, this is one of those opportunities where I feel like a professional manager can really have a positive impact on a community, but also just one of those ones where you feel like you're really making a difference as the community grows. And so I'm really excited to get this position cast out.
I admit I don't know much about Denison. I've stopped there for lunch a couple of times, and I know that they've got that big Eisenhower statue out there. I'm usually going a little further north when I hit Denison, so I'm looking forward to learning a lot more about it.
Yeah, for those folks who stop at Lake Texoma, it's a great region to be in. The lake is certainly something that's unique in Texas, having the ability to have all the water sports and just the outdoor enjoyment that the community has. But yeah, you're right. There's, pretty close to the Oklahoma border there. And so it's a great position for a city in the sense that you have all the amenities of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, but also the lakes and then, being close to another state.
Well, to better understand this role and the working environment the successful candidate will be stepping into, we have Mayor Robert Crawley from the city of Denison with us. Mayor, welcome to The Clear Voice.
Good day, gentlemen, and we're very happy to be here.
Well, we appreciate you coming on with us. And the way we like to start these shows is just talk a little bit about your background, how you came to Denison, and what got you into the public service side.
I grew up in West Texas, a small town called Boese, and when I was there, it was about a city of about 12,000 people. Very friendly community. If you saw a tree there, someone planted it because there are no native trees where I grew up. It's an agriculture area that is primarily cotton farming. It's a great place to grow up, but Denison has quite a few more trees, as a matter of fact, than my hometown, and that was one of the things that drew us here is the beauty and this region of Texas. I grew up there, ended up graduating from the University of Texas in Austin, met a couple of fellows there that I became great friends with. Met their dad who was in banking, and he ended up being my first mentor. That family actually owned the bank here in Denison and gave me the opportunity to come to work here. And that was several decades ago, and I'm still here. And it's an amazing thing, but I still drive to the same location each and every day that I have for about 4 decades.
Well, you don't find a whole lot of long-term tenure like that anywhere really in the world. What's the secret to keeping an employee happy for 40 years?
It's just a great community. We have loved raising our family here. All of our children graduated from Denison High School, and the community is just a warm, caring community, and it's very similar to my hometown that also had a very warm heart and a warm spirit.
What first got you interested in serving for the government I think you started in council, didn't you?
Yes, sir, I did. I was always one of those who enjoyed supporting the leadership. It didn't occur to me early. I really never thought I'd serve on city council, but it was always fun supporting the great leaders that have come before me. We've had great councils and done many great things in our community. It appeared to me that maybe it's my turn to try to step up and see if I could serve. I ran for place 4 on the city council, won that, and then won a second term, and then decided to run for mayor. Have enjoyed that time. City business is a very complex business. We're going to run a budget this next year of almost $80 million. It's something that is just very challenging in all aspects, but if you enjoy people like I do, I think that the outcomes will be excellent.
How has a career in banking made you look at city services and how we provide those? Does that change your outlook on some of those things?
Well, actually, banking and city management are very similar. You have customers to serve, whether it's at the bank or whether you're at the city level. We have customers, and it's our job to take care of those customers the very best that we can. And it's sometimes more difficult at the city level, but there are very difficult times in the financial business as well. But the main thing is serving people. And if you have the heart for service, that's where I think people shine and tend to rise to the top of a management level. One of my philosophies is treat others as you'd like to be treated yourself. And then many, many good things can happen.
And when you think about public service at the local level, what keeps you motivated through those long council meetings and budget season and all those fun things?
Well, there's a lot to keep you motivated because no one wants to do a bad job. We have an outstanding staff. We have the most amazing directors that help run our city. And it's really easy from the mayor's position because the staff does all the hard work and the heavy lifting. They take great care of our council, and it's easy to be the mayor when you have a great staff behind you.
Well, and for somebody who's never been to Denison, how would you describe the community to them? You've got lots of things to brag about, so this is the time to do that.
First of all, Denison is located 1 hour straight north of Dallas on Highway 75, and someday that highway is likely to become Interstate 45 that comes from the bottom of Texas and from Galveston and Houston up to Dallas, and then it stops. But if you continue going north, it's Highway 75. So we're 1 hour from the middle of downtown Dallas. We're about an hour and 15 minutes away from DFW Airport, where you can go anywhere in the world. We're 5 minutes south of Oklahoma, and Oklahoma is separated from Texas by the Red River and Lake Texoma. Lake Texoma is just an outstanding piece of our quality of life. It's a large man-made lake built in the 1940s, primarily for water conservation and to prevent flooding downstream. And it's secondarily used for recreation. The lake is approximately 140 square miles. If you can think about that, that is a huge lake. And we have visitors from all over Texas, especially the Metroplex, the Dallas-Fort Worth areas. Many of them keep yachts on Lake Texoma. Many of them have lake homes or getaway homes up here. And it's just a great place to come and enjoy life. We enjoy being in the vicinity of Dallas. We're also in part of what's known now as the Silicon Prairie. We have a lot of high-tech industry in the area, and that is a great draw to our area. Quality of life is just outstanding. What I like to tell people is that we're a city of great churches, great schools, a great lake, and a fantastic hospital. Our largest employer is Texoma Medical Center with about 3,000 employees. They can do just about any procedure that anyone needs, and it's wonderful. We used to have to drive, either to Plano or to Dallas to the hospital, and now we have our very own great hospital and our largest employer in the area. We have great climate. It doesn't get too cold in the winter. It gets pretty warm in the summer, as most Texas cities do, but it's a very moderate climate year-round. It's a great place to live and have fun. It's a great place to be. I think the most important thing about our area is the people. It's just a community of warm, caring individuals who like to see each other do well and help each other. And I think anyone who comes here will enjoy the attributes that we have. We have an award-winning downtown. We have won the Great American Main Street Award, and we just this past year won the best Main Street in Texas. It's an area it's hard to describe without seeing it, but we have the longest historic Main Street district in Texas. We have a number of restaurants downtown that now offer outdoor dining. And we're about to complete an event center that's going to be second to none for outdoor music, arts, festivals. and many things. We just have a fantastic downtown that has been featured in Texas Monthly, Texas Highways, and numerous magazines. We have a lot of momentum in our community and so many things to offer.
For candidates thinking about relocating to Denison, applying for this role and relocating to Denison to take on the job, tell us a little bit about how Denison is for families, the school, and the amenities that are available.
We believe we have an outstanding school district. Dr. Kirkbride and their staff do a fantastic job educating our kids. And as I like to tell them, education is one of the most noble of all professions, and they do a fantastic job because without a great school system and a school district, our future isn't very bright. So we have a fantastic school system and enjoy that partnership. We have strong partnerships with all of our neighbors and entities. The Chamber of Commerce does a fantastic job. I think we have about 600 members in the Denison Chamber of Commerce now. I've never seen it that large. In all my years here, we have just an outstanding and active Chamber of Commerce. We've just purchased a new building for our Denison Arts Council. That's another sector of Denison that was made famous several years ago by the slogan, Small Town, Big Art. We love the region in that respect as well. For the candidate moving to our town, I think you will enjoy it. The housing is excellent. The school district is excellent. We have excellent medical facilities, and we just have a fun place to be. And our slogan is moving forward and kicking back, and we enjoy doing both of those.
Michael, you've visited as part of this recruitment and talked to some people and taken a look at the city. What would you say would attract a candidate about Denison?
I think first and foremost, what a candidate should be looking for is a mayor and council that wants the city to continually grow and increase while maintaining exactly what is Denison. And I think they have a really great vision for keeping that feel. When you're walking down the street, people make it feel like you're in a smaller community, but they also have a vision for bringing in new development and really increasing the sales tax base and those things. The other thing I noticed is just the vibe that exists there. When I was in Wimberley, we talked about the vibe a little bit because, what makes a community isn't something that can always be written down on paper. It's not necessarily describable in a word. When you're in a place, you get a feeling. And Denison's one of those places where you walk around and feel like it's easy to belong, that there are good people who care about each other, but also just a place where you can actually have kind of a full service city. They have any and everything that a city manager would want to be involved with. And they've done a great job of building a team that really augments, what the council's priorities are. And so I think it's one of those roles that people are really excited about. And I'm excited that we get to be the recruiters on this.
There's so much going on there. And Mayor, I started off the show talking about the development momentum that you guys have. And that might actually be underselling it. You talked a little bit about the downtown. Tell us a little bit about the new things that are coming in. And then how do you balance that historic downtown and everything that comes with that with all this stuff that is coming in?
We are so fortunate to be in the part of Texas where we are. We have, in the last few years, negotiated with a developer, a very well-known developer. It's called Craig International out of McKinney, Texas. And they have purchased 3,100 acres in the northwest quadrant of our city. The intent there is to develop that area both with residential and commercial. We'll also have a Margaritaville hotel on site that should start construction next year. Presently, this development could literally double the size of our community. We're about 28,000 people now, but this new development, Preston Harbor in northwest Denison, has the ability to double our size. It'll take a number of years, but we believe it will double the size of our population. At its finish out, I believe the estimated value is somewhere in the $7.5 to $10 billion range of new tax value.
You said billion, that's with a B.
B as in boy, yes, sir.
That's an amazing development for you guys out there. And how do you think you're going to blend when you're talking about bringing in half the city? I assume you want to keep that small town charm that you've got now. Do you see being able to bring all that together with everybody new coming in?
Yes, sir. I think that's going to be a challenge, and it will be a challenge for our new city manager. But anytime you have new, it's just something that some people are attracted to, but we have many people in our community that love the old homes and the old historic 2 and 3-story homes that we have near downtown. I envision maybe buses running to and from the northwest quadrant to downtown where people can shop and eat and dine and enjoy our live entertainment. It's hard to predict that far out in the future, but I do think it's possible to make it work. And I think that's one of the most unique things about Denison is our culture. Mike said it a while ago, but we do have a very unique culture. We have a small town feel where people really care about each other. I think that's the most valuable asset that we have.
I was on LinkedIn earlier, and one of our candidates that just got selected for an economic development director role in Rio Doso had changed her bio on LinkedIn, and what she added to it was protecting what people love and creating what's next. And I was thinking about that as I was preparing for Denison, and I was like, I think that's exactly what they're going to be doing up there.
And to me, that's one of the most exciting things that our new city manager will get to enjoy. It's just going to be such a neat and interesting challenge to help with infrastructure, help with city planning, help with employment of our city staff. It's going to be a lot of fun for someone.
Michael, when we're evaluating candidates for this and you think about what it means to bring on a $7 billion development, what skill sets are important and what would we be looking for to find the perfect candidate for Denison?
Some of the priorities Mayor outlined, really keen sense of development and how to bring that together with a strong existing community is going to be really important. I think those managers who have maybe some transportation knowledge or the ability to really work on that transportation issue, because, as the community is increasing and we're trying to make sure that the community remains accessible to everyone who's currently there, but also walkable and something that you can enjoy, it's going to be really important to have those things outlined. I think the other thing is a relationship builder, somebody who can get in and really work with the EDC, the staff, just all those community stakeholders who really want to hold what is Denison together. It needs somebody who can communicate well, can get in and really leverage those relationships and build trust. A lot of the things that James, you and I talk about when we talk about leadership, that's going to be needed there. I don't think you can be somebody who's technically proficient but miss that relationship piece. You need to be the total package that can come in and really help coordinate a really strong staff, but also make sure that people feel like you're a part of the community and that you're really building something special there.
We think that is very, very important for our next city manager. We want them to be visible. We want the community to trust that person. We want the staff to trust that person. And maybe as important as anything is we want our new city manager to be a great communicator. Starts with communication from staff to our citizens to our community. Everything starts with communication, and we will be looking for a good communicator for our new city manager.
Mayor, as you know, one of the most important things when candidates are looking at a role, especially as a city administrator, is how the council operates. And that's, one of the reasons that we brought you on is so they can kind of get a feel of you. And of course, we can't have the whole council on, but if you can tell us a little bit about the current council dynamic there in Denison.
Sure. The Denison City Council has 7 members. We have 4 single-member districts, and then we have 3 elected at large. One of the persons elected at large is the mayor. We have a mayor, 2 at-large representatives, and then 4 single-member district individuals. We have had very few votes, 7-0. We have an actual, they want to know what's going on. They want to be involved. Every one of us wants to do the right thing for our community and the right thing for our citizens. We work very, very well together. It's rare if we have a disagreement, but we have a strong council and supported greatly by an extremely strong and very knowledgeable and very capable staff.
You mentioned communication earlier, which I agree is like the cornerstone of a relationship, which is, I think, the most important thing for any role. When you think about how council needs their communication from the city manager, what does that look like to you guys? What would be good communication to council?
Well, we hope that we continue what we're doing now. Our interim city manager is having lunch at least probably once or twice a month. We'll have a different city councilman in for lunch and discuss what's on their minds and explain what's going on with the city. We are just very fortunate that we have good communication, and I think with our staff, as experienced as many of them are, it's going to be easy for the next city manager. We want them to trust our staff and to empower them and let them do their jobs. But at the same time, a good leader is very necessary to have a successful city or a successful business of any kind. And so we look for a leader who can exhibit trust and communicate and be a part of our city. We really see our leadership out and about in the community, whether it's a service club, at church, at the grocery store, or wherever. We enjoy seeing our leadership out and about, and I think our city council does a very good job of that as well.
The other critical piece, of course, is city staff. Can you tell us a little bit about Team Denison and the department directors and the staff that you guys have on board?
We have maybe the strongest staff of any city our size in the state. We have outstanding experience. We have tenure. We have knowledge. Just working with them, the mayor probably gets to see more behind the scenes activity than the council does because I'm involved with the phone calls and things like that from citizens more than others. It's just such a great feeling to know the capability of our staff and the jobs that they do daily. It's just amazing. We have strong directors, and the next city manager is going to be very fortunate.
And one of the things the brochure talks about is not needing a micromanager. What kind of leadership style would you say fits the best in the organization?
A good leader has to be able to create trust. They have to listen. They have to learn. It's going to take several months for our new city manager to get to know our community. But during that time, we expect them to communicate, but to listen and to learn and to understand the community that we have. We just have so many things to offer, including a fantastic staff.
You guys describe yourself as a service first culture. What does that actually mean?
It's like my business in banking. We want to put our citizens first. We're here to serve them. It's their community. Our job is to do the very best we can, provide the very best services for the citizens, to try to control our expenses and do the very best we can with each and every dollar of tax revenue that we receive.
Michael, when you think about the candidate coming in with the strong staff and the supportive council and amazing people in the community, if you had to give them advice, what advice would you give them as they're trying to integrate into the team?
It goes back to one of the skill sets that I write about and talk about a lot, and that's the adaptability of a leader. You have to come in and kind of be able to learn your team, learn about the council and mayor and what their vision is, learn the community and kind of understand what's happening there. But I don't think you can come in and be extremely rigid. You're going to have to be able to adapt to a lot of highly innovative and knowledgeable folks that live in the community. And you're going to have to bend and make sure that you're able to bring all those things together for what's best for your citizens. And I love what the mayor said about service. We talk about this a lot, James, but at the end of the day, it's the end user, it's the family that's going to be sitting there making dinner on a Friday or Saturday night and just enjoying each other's company. And what does a city do to make that feel like it's the best life possible? That's where Denison has been trying to build that and been existing for a really long time. So the leader coming in has to really manage all of those things and lead in a very personal way.
Mayor, when you're thinking about the next city manager coming in, obviously you got this huge development that's going to be a priority. What are some other priorities that they need to be paying attention to in that first year?
I think that the main thing the new manager is going to do is, with being a good leader, you're just going to have to listen and learn. They're going to have to, like Mike said, you're going to have to be quick on your feet, get to know people, because there are a lot of strengths that we already exhibit that won't necessarily need to be taught. As far as our city priorities, infrastructure is always a priority. Our town was established in 1872 by the MKT Railroad. We talked about leadership. One of the world's greatest leaders was born 4 or 5 blocks from our city hall, where I'm speaking from now. That's General Dwight D. Eisenhower. That's part of the beauty of our town, is that we're very historic. We have a lot of old structures, but with older structures, you get to have upkeep and maintenance. And so we face those challenges regularly, but we meet those challenges as best we can within our budget. With the new tax base coming in from the Northwest Quadrant, that should be easier and easier over the years. But we're no different from any other Texas city right now. We've all been through COVID And we've all been through the massive price increases of every single thing that the city uses, from chlorine in our water to fuel for our trucks. We all are struggling to hold expenses down to be able to meet what the current expenses present to each and every community.
Michael, if you're going to give candidates one piece of advice on a technical skill that they should sharpen up before interviews, which thing would you point them at?
Well, one thing is finance. The city of Denison has a strong finance team, but really understanding the art of finance from the managerial level is going to be really important. As all of us know, as the city continues to grow and increase in size, you don't necessarily have all the money it's going to take to serve all of those people right away. And so, how do you really maximize the budget so that you're not negatively impacting your current citizens, but you have the revenue and ability to continue to grow the infrastructure and the services that are needed for the new people coming in? That's going to take a real finance art and really relying on the strong finance team that they currently have. I do think that development piece is really important. If you don't understand how to bring in good development, but also maintain that community character and vibe that is Denison, you're going to really struggle. Those are two things I think are priorities.
Totally agree. Experience with growth would be very helpful, and experience with finance is also going to be very helpful.
Mayor, this is the part of the show where we usually talk about those intangibles, those traits that we're looking for in a candidate, but we've already talked about a bunch of them: relationship driven, service first, growth capable, financially disciplined, community minded, and of course, communication. But one of the things that I guess I could ask about is how important is humility and listening from the next city manager?
Totally important. Both of those qualities will be an attribute that we would love to have. We want someone who can show empathy when that is needed. We want somebody who can show strength and firmness when that is needed. Leadership of a city is a very complex set of traits and skills that are needed, and we're no different from anyone else. But what I think we have to offer is the chance for someone with those skills to watch our city really grow and take off as we move into the future. And we're just very blessed to be where we are, very blessed with our staff. We look forward to a new manager with some of those intangibles, but also with some of the skills that we talked about: communication, trust, financial expertise. I don't think it'll be difficult, but the new manager, I think, will literally love Denison once they get here and get to know the people and get to see who we are and what we do and how well we work together, whether it's the Chamber of Commerce or the Rotary Club or our church groups or the Yellow Jacket mentors. Our football team is the Denison Yellow Jackets. We have a group of men that mentor with the football team on Friday mornings in the fall. There's so many unusual and neat things that we do as a community that it's just going to take some time for somebody to figure out. But we are a very strong community. I think you'll find that we are like-minded in that we want to do the very best we can in whatever we do. And we want that of our new city manager as well.
And Michael, it's your turn to shine. As the recruiter, can you tell us how candidates can find more information about the role and how they can apply?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as normal, our website is a great resource for people looking at positions, and you can look at www.clearcareerpro.com and find out a lot more information, the position brochure, and then naturally this PositionCast. They can also just submit their cover letter and resume to apply Denison at clearcareerpro.com. James, all of our stuff is always posted on LinkedIn and some of our other social media platforms. And we try to make sure we're communicating all that is Denison out there. The council wants to have, the best city manager possible. And so they've made a competitive salary of $250,000 to $275,000, which I think is really competitive for the team that's going to be put together in Denison. And I think that'll really draw in some great leaders. But I encourage those folks who really want to continue to have an impact in the city manager field and really help grow this community and keep the Denison vibe what it is to apply for this position.
As we wrap up, did we miss anything, or do you have any final thoughts or advice for potential candidates?
If you're interested, we'd love to hear from you through Clear Career Professionals. They're doing us a fantastic job. We were checking around, and one of my friends who is a former city manager here said there's only one group you should think about, and that's Clear Career. And we are very pleased to be able to partner with you guys in looking for our next city manager. We're just a very unique town with a lot to offer, a great family town, and I think anyone who comes here will literally fall in love with our community like I have. There's no place else I'd rather live than Denison, Texas.
Thank you, Mayor. Michael, anything else? Anything we missed?
I really appreciate having the chance to visit with Mayor. I had the opportunity to go to lunch with Mayor on Main Street. It's just a great little restaurant. Mayor has such a great relationship with the folks in the community. As a city manager that's now retired, when you look at serving in a role, you want a mayor and council that is able to connect with the community, but also just really good leaders in and of themselves. And I really feel like Denison has a leadership group from the council level that is really going to be great to work with.
Well, I agree. I'm very excited to see which candidates we get out of this, because I imagine between the salary, the location, all the good things going up there, I think it's going to be a very competitive field. Thank you to Mayor Crawley and Michael for joining us and helping candidates better understand the city manager opportunity in Denison. Clear Career Professionals would also like to thank the mayor and the city council of Denison for entrusting us with this recruitment. If you're interested in the opportunity, review the full posting and brochure on our website, clearcareerpro.com. To the listeners, thank you for what you do in your communities and continue making a positive impact each day. Please like and subscribe to The Clear Voice on YouTube or your favorite podcast provider, and we will catch you next time.